Hello and welcome back to Joe's Math Tools. In our session today, this is part 3 on simplifying expressions using the distributive property. And in this session, we're going to be working a little more with negative numbers. So if you're ready to see how this is done, let's get started. In our examples today, we are going to be working a little bit more with negative numbers when we are simplifying our expression. And as always, I will simplify my parentheses at the side so that you can see how we're going to work through this distribution. So we have our -4 that's going to be distributed to the expression of p minus 2 within our parentheses. And when I distribute 4, I'm multiplying -4 times p. And when we multiply -4 to p, remember because they are unlike terms, we will simply be combining the two together. And then we will be distributing our -4 to our 2. Now for this, I'm going to put the minus sign back and then we'll deal with the minus sign after we have completed our distribution. So we'll have -4 times 2, and -4 times 2 will equal to -8. And then at this point here, remember your rules for integers, that whenever a minus sign is followed by a negative sign, that sign is going to change because remember it's a negative times a negative, which will equal to a positive. So we'll have -4p plus 8. And we're going to plug that back into our equation. So we have -4p plus 8. And remember that after you're done your distribution, everything goes back that you did not use from the original expression. So now we're going to begin collecting our like terms. So we have 8 and a 3, which are both constants, and both of these numbers are positive, which means I will be adding 8 plus 3, which will equal to 11, and I will return my -4p back to my expression. Okay, so that will be our expression in its simplest form. So let's try another example. You can feel free at this point to pause the video and then simplify the expression for yourself. And then when you are ready, you can unpause the video and see if you and I got the exact same solution. Okay, so let's begin with our distribution. And as always, I will work that out to the side. So we have -5 being distributed to our j minus 6. And remember that -5 will be multiplied to j, which would equal to -5j. And then our -5 will be multiplied to our 6, which will equal to our -30. And remember, just like we did before, when two signs follow each other, we are going to be using our rules for multiplication. So we have a minus and a negative, which will change to a positive 30. So let's plug that back into our equation, and remember that everything that we did not use will also go back because we are simplifying this equation, this expression. So we have our -5j plus 30. And now to collect our like terms, we have an 8 that's a constant as well as a 30. And both of these numbers are positive, so 8 plus 30 will equal to 38. And we'll return our negative or our -5j back to our expression. Okay, so there you have it. We just simplified two expressions when we're working with negative numbers. And remember that when you are using these type of numbers, it's just testing your rules for integers to see if you know how to apply those rules when they are given to you in a different format. So all you have to do is remember your rules for negative numbers and your rules when you're expanding your parentheses. Combine those together and you will be able to simplify these expressions with ease. So make sure to get some additional practice in. And as always, I'll be right here in the next video on Joe's Math Tools, where we aim to make math easy.